Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. What's up, man? They are really holding this back. I've been busy all day, man. Uh, yeah, I've been busy all day. I couldn't even get my bets in. We've been down there working on this basement. My living room just got back together, so that's cool. And I know they sabotaging the video. I already know, but thanks for keeping me informed of what they've been doing. I appreciate it. I apologize for y'all not getting a notification. A lot of you, um, we we fight the fight every day, right? Uh, but anyway, we're here and let's get to it. Like we always do it. Don't forget to hit that like button up. Yep. Cash App is Carcino if you want to donate to the Cash App. Champagne Sloppy is once again in trouble. He just don't know what he's dealing with. And that's his fault. And the shots just keep coming because he don't know what he's dealing with. He doesn't know what he's dealing with. Top 5 is locked up. Academics is now going through being canceled with the 15 because of the 15-year-old kid. And now, it's like only time will reveal. Time will reveal. Thanks, Darlene. Appreciate you. Now, here's the problem here. UMG has struck back at Drake's um, Texas lawsuit. That was supposed to go to court on the 28th in Bexar County, rather. And the motion to dismiss the petition for a pre-suit deposition is citing lack of evidence and his claims that the record company artificially inflated and promoted Not Like Us. He filed 2 actions in 2024. And he had a petition in New York accusing UMG of conspiring with Spotify, and a second one against UMG in Texas. And Drake withdrew the New York petition to clear the path for a lawsuit. The Texas petition still was going on. And eliciting a response from UMG demanding a dismissal. So they filed a 144-page filing seeking a dismissal under the petition that's called the Texas Citizens Participation Act, which is known as the TCPA. And that whole thing was created. The PCA was created to protect from retaliation of lawsuits that seek to intimidate or silence somebody because of a matter of public opinion, right? So the motion states that Drake brought this petition under the TR of what's that? The TRCP, what they call the 202, which is the Texas Rule of Civil Procedure 202. And that is designed to intimidate and punish people for exercising their First Amendment right. So they looked at the Texas Rule of Civil Procedure, the 202, but ignored the TCPA. Oh my God. What kind of lawyer do you have working for you, Sloppy? And how in the world did they not do that? You see, under the TCPA, the burden of proof shifts to Drake. He has to provide clear evidence of claims that he made in the petition, the one that included UMG funnel payments to iHeartRadio and the country's largest radio network as part of its pay to play scheme to promote the song on radio. That's you, right? Sloppy. Your people got to provide the evidence. It's no other way around it. You can keep changing the narratives how you want. It's not going to work. Yeah. So when you see people that's stuck in their ways, I think this is what they're talking about. Yep. Champagne sloppy strikes again. No, they have to, Drake got to provide it. They don't have to provide any proof. You see, UMG claimed that Drake can't show a burden of proof for a number of reasons because the suggestion that he has no admissible evidence. The motion is clear about the point that he provided nothing outside of his verified petition, and there is no evidence, like no evidence supporting his facts. Right. So, what do you need a pre-suit disposition from UMG when there's no evidence for us to depose? UMG discredit Drake's sources for his initial petition. These claims from unnamed, unidentified, out of court declarants are hearsay and not admissible as evidence. Meaning, DJ Academics, you are a unnamed declarant and you're hearsay and you're not credible. That's why they didn't name your fat ass. And that's why you, Sloppy, doing all this smoke to try to stop not like us. And you can't. There's nothing you can do to stop this song. It is the funniest thing ever because you're trying so hard to stop the record, and there's nothing you could do about it, Sloppy. Absolutely nothing. Oh, it's gonna get even more scarier for you because you thought you were gonna win this? No, no. There is no evidence. All of the evidence was fake, and we knew it because when we read the lawsuit, we here been on YouTube. He's reading stuff from academics video where he has this fake guy comes up with a fake receipt talking about Kendrick paid this much money for buys. We are on YouTube. We know that there's no way you could pay $5,000 and get 30 million views on any goddamn thing. That's legit and going to stand. Hell no. If that was the case, we would all hire that crackpot. I would hire him. Everybody out here, we would hire him. Hey, Byron, did you sign up yet? On the Patreon, I sent y'all the link. I remember you said you was going to do it. I didn't know if you got in, Byron. And I don't know if you was here when I thanked you again for your cash app. Drake is gonna drop his Kendrick lawsuit after the Super Bowl. It's not even gonna matter. He's like, "Yeah, I got it in my email now." Okay. Let me know when they send y'all $25. You know you get $25 too to go with your deposit. So you could credit that to your account. Yeah. Well, the thing about it is that when everybody started to put in their case for file for dismissal and in this future and stuff, they conclude this motion to request a dismissal for the petition. Everybody who got involved to related in this matter, you know, it's just like Drake is to pay for its attorney fees and costs associated with his defense. So now UMG is not only contesting this and want this dismissed in Texas, they also want Drake to pay for their legal fees. That's how confident they are in this. They say we want to suspend all discovery related to this matter until the court rules on it. UMG concluded with that in its motion request. They're gonna request to dismiss all petitions based on this case. UMG wants Drake to pay. You're paying for our legal fees, and buddy, they finna charge it up on you. Hmm. Now, this ongoing legal war was based off the Kendrick Lamar "Not Like Us" song, which became the biggest hit on its way to selling 10 million records. A single it's finna do 10 mil off the single for real. This song is over 7 million copies sold if it was based on record sales. This thing is huge. UMG can't do that. Okay. After the Super Bowl, it's going to go right back to trending. Drake doesn't want that. So now, here we are. But there's also key factors that was mentioned in this lawsuit that I want you guys to hear and understand. This is what I want y'all to hear and understand in this lawsuit that transpired. They're saying Drake filed under the wrong claim in Texas. They don't have an office in Texas. UMG says that iHeartRadio has an office in San Antonio, Texas, but that does not mean UMG has an office there. So you guys filed the wrong lawsuit. We do not have an office in Texas. So we shouldn't even be charged in Texas. We have no operating facility in Texas. So you trying to drag this to a Texas law based on iHeartRadio is you're going to be mistaken. And you filed under the wrong charge. So now it's going to be dismissed, and that is that. Mhm. That is that. They're going to punish Drake. And because the fact that Champagne Sloppy has not provided any tangible evidence of anything, it's all been hearsay. They're saying, why the hell should we have to come in there and give a deposition for what? Based off what? There's no evidence. So what are we in here doing a deposition for? Man, throw this stuff out. We're filing to dismiss this whole Texas case. This thing is ridiculous. You have no evidence. Who's this mystery person? You didn't name anybody. It's like, come on, it's just hearsay. Until you have something tangible that we could go off of, this is it. Yeah, it's all going bad for Sloppy because now when he loses, you're gonna have to pay for the lawyer fees to UMG, who you already owe money. Oh, but it don't stop there. No, 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 no. It don't stop there. You see, Sloppy also ran into another snag. The judge granted UMG a 34-day extension to respond to the defamation case. UMG was so slick when they filed that too. That was real slick. Yeah, they put in a memo and they said they blamed the LA fires as to why they couldn't do it and they needed an extension. Oh, it was beautiful. They said, Dear Judge Vargas, we represent defendant UMG Recordings Incorporated in above captioned matter. We write to request that defendant's time to respond to the complaint be extended by 34 days from February 11th, 2025 to March 17th, 2025 without prejudice to requesting an additional extension if needed. We request this extension, including because the wildfires in Los Angeles has greatly impacted the defendant's executive and legal teams. An extension from the court would enable sufficient time to respond. This is defendant's first request for an extension of time to respond to the complaint. The plaintiff consents to the 34-day extension. We thank the court for its time and attention to this matter. So, Drake people didn't contest it. They didn't contest the deadline because there was nothing they could do. They agreed to the extension from UMG to now it's at March 17th, 2025. But what they don't also understand is that, or what they probably understand and just waiting to see if Kendrick do it. Kendrick is cleared to do the song. That clears the way for him to do not like us. Because the legal proceeding is not until March 17th. It's backed all the way up. And they think because it's still there pending that he can't perform the song. He can. You didn't sue him at all. You sued for the defamation of promoting it. So that cleared the way for him to do the record. He was going to do the record probably anyway. He probably don't care nothing about all this. He gonna do the record anyway. All he got to do is change the lyrics. All he got to do is not say anything. Like all you got to do is not say a word about Drake, which he don't do anyway. They lack of evidence. There isn't any. Plus, he filed under the wrong stature anyway. You can't sue him if you don't have a Texas office. You don't have an office in Texas. UMG don't. They don't have an operating office in Texas. And even if they did, the TCPA would protect them in this act. You can't use the other one and omit the other lawsuit. It's crazy. And there's no evidence. The TCPA puts the burden of ship on Drake. He's got to provide clear evidence of claims made in his petition. So it's on him to do that. Where's the evidence that UMG funneled payments to iHeartRadio as part of a pay to play scheme to promote the song on radio? Where's that evidence? They say Drake can't show a burden of proof for numerous reasons. And that suggestion is that he has no admissible evidence. The motion is clear about that point. So if you don't have any evidence that's admissible, buddy, how you gonna have a case? It's hearsay, and it's gonna get dismissed. hmm Most people didn't understand what we was talking about before. They didn't understand the the implications of what something would provide when you get it in its proper perspective. He don't want it to happen, of course not. But he's gonna try to sue, 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 and that's when he'll shift the attention to Kendrick once the once the Super Bowl is over. If Not Like Us gets performed, then he'll go after Kendrick, in my opinion. This is just a sloppy, ridiculous move that I believe he is listening to his mama too much, and his mother really don't know the record business, you know, like that. Oh yeah. So they agreed to the extension to move it back to March for the defamation lawsuit. But this other lawsuit that they had under the Texas law, they're gonna they're gonna get the dismissal in that because they don't have an office in Texas. So you filed this wrong. So if you want to come after them again and file again, you shouldn't have dropped the New York one. So the Texas rule of civil procedure, the 202, doesn't even exist. They don't matter to them. They're not a citizen. They have no operating office in Texas. And that's designed to intimidate and punish people for exercising their First Amendment right. That's what I'm saying. They don't they don't consider you as part of the situation. They look at Sloppy as a joke, and rightfully so. He put himself in that position. Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. They're going to have to come up with some new creative ideas because to me, it sounds like they're out. And because they're out of ideas and they're out of their minds when it comes to the process of how they're going to do things, the whole scenarios are starting to change and they're falling down by the wayside. And now everybody out here has seen what it has been provided. They've seen it. They've seen that you're not about the music anymore. You're about the nonsense. And now there's rumors that your tour might be delayed, your Australian tour. Some people say it's canceled. I have not seen anything officially saying that the tour has been canceled. So that's why I haven't said that. It was like UMG canceled this tour. I'm like, I don't think they would do that. Yep, champagne sloppy. I don't think he identifies as he says he identifies as an African American male to us, but he does not identify with African American males. Nothing that he does is acts. Anything that he does identifies as an African American male. He carries himself as a Jewish man. And hey, that's what your belief is. That's your religion. That's what you want to go by. That's fine. It's just that don't try to double dutch. That is completely fine by everybody here. Just don't double dutch because it's not going to be honored sloppy. Yeah, and these tactics, I could see if they really set out to destroy you, but this is exactly how they operate. You use the same practices to go after Meek Mill and wanted to use this record company and weaponize them to go after everybody else. You wanted to weaponize them to go after Pusha T. You the one had the song taken down, Story of Adion. You wanted them to remove the image of you in blackface, talking about the licensing and copyright. So you went and got the photo taken down. You always played these games, but it was okay when it was in your favor. Now, when you think everybody's against you because you can't take a L, this is showing bad signs from people that follow you. You made it hard for your fans to follow you. Do you realize right now, my boy, who they say look like Drake, you made his life a living hell. Dude, he can't eat, man. That used to be his end. He used to get chicks off the fact they say he looked like Drake. You done messed his life up. He was like, man, the girl like, oh, he kind of looked like Drake. Oh, he looked weird. Now he looked like, damn, I ain't even did nothing. That used to be my way in with the chick. Now I look like Drake. Nobody want nothing to do with me. I'm like, shave the beard. Shave that beard off. Dude, that used to be his end. You done messed it up for everybody that even looked like you around the world. Hell, even fake Drake and Houston out there playing bad. He's screwing up. He has messed it up for all Drake people that look like Drake around the world. They're gonna be, look, he look like Drake. Ah, certified lover boy, certified, wah, 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 wah. I'm done. You don't even know how bad it is. People that look like Drake. It's in trouble. They in trouble. And they keep saying, man, I don't look like that dude. Now they saying they don't look like him. That's even worse. Boy, they denying that boy right there on the cross. Do you know this man? No. Are you sure? Do you know this man? No. I'm gonna ask you one last time. Do you know this man? No, I do not. Denying him 3 times at the cross. All right, exactly. Shave your beard, bro. I told him, do something. Sloppy got y'all all messed up. He's got a mini fro now. He was getting the braids. He had the braids. Now he got like a mini fro. I said, hey, You had braids, and you got the mini fro. Drake just got rid of the braids and went back to the low cut. I'm gonna tell you, he's trying to come back to being old Drake. He's trying to get away from his trap days. Mm-hmm. Champagne sloppy. Sloppy jalopy. Oh, I'm quite sure it's gonna be operational when it all goes down. Yep, I picked Golden State to win. I got Golden State in the points over the Lakers tonight. Absolutely. That's because most people don't understand. When people understand something, it doesn't have to be spoken because everybody knows what it is. They say, okay, well, we don't have to explain it. We know what it is. This lawsuit was meant to try to stop Not Like Us. Drake was scared this song was going to destroy him. And he's right. He's going on all of these podcaster shows, everything, and he's just looking lost. He's looking completely lost. They have no idea of how they're going to move about doing something. They have no understanding on how they're going to, proceed moving forward with a music career. Think about what this does to Party next door. Party was doing good with his albums. Party got his own fan base. And all this time, you never would go out with this dude. He's doing tours. You would only do a show if he come back to Toronto. You'll do one show for him. And you want to take up all the show to promote yourself and not your artist. That's why I'm always leery about people signing with they signing with people based on the fact that they're still performing as an artist. I want to sign to a record executive that don't make records. That's to me is the best way to go. Why? Why? Because the situation is like this. This is not ideal. This is actually pretty bad. And it makes no sense. Well, when people start seeing yeah, when people start seeing things come back to their favor, then they can start making their observations or what they believe or what they don't believe. They can start doing that based on that scenario. Other than that, no. No, because here's the thing. If Drake was basing this off music, he'll start off with videos. January's already over. He said when he get a little chilly outside, we about to be heading to spring pretty soon. We're getting ready to hit February. It's already cold outside. It ain't a little chilly. It's freezing. So I'm gonna tell you like this: be leery of what you're saying. I never looked at it that way. The reason why I say I never looked at it that way that you just pointed out is because if the record company is guilty, then they was guilty when they was helping you out. They were guilty when they were helping you out. If that's your case, if that's your big pick and that's your big push, they were guilty when they were helping you out. That's all I could say. Because there's no way in the world they could be against you, right? In said scenario. If they've been taking care and protecting you all these years, you were their top money earner. Why would they want you destroyed? They're gonna make a lot more money off you than Kendrick Lamar because Kendrick Lamar is not signed directly through them. They have a distribution deal with them. You have the deal exclusively with UMG and Lucian Grain. Now, why in the world would anybody want to see? Mhm. Well, you're finessing yourself. The only person that's going to get finessed in the situation is Drake. He's the only one because he's the one that's moving like a degenerate. Everybody else is moving accordingly. He's moving like a degenerate. So when you move like a degenerate, you can't sit there and pick and choose what's what. Like when one day you're this way, the next day you're leaning this way. You know, people talk. I had no doubt in my mind, none whatsoever, that the situations would not become what they actually are. I had no doubt. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You see, when you start looking at different scenarios in the mix, you're going to be looking at a wide range of different effects and feelings when it comes to said scenarios. Hmm. Well, when you look at the scenarios, right, and you say to yourself, "Well, I think we should be at this point right now. This is the point I think that makes the most sense for us." Everybody else is just pretty much understatement. They're gonna always say, "Oh, this person deserved this. This person should be doing this. He should be in this range," or "This is what I feel this person is, right now as an artist." No one's checking for Drake right now. And in this game, when you're taking this much time off and you're only been known on social media for nonsense and doing crazy white boy stuff, Nobody's gonna care when it's all said and done. You failed. You completely failed the people. Yeah, they can't wear Kendrick's clothes at his concert. It's like you're so showing you emotionally disturbed by everything that went down that it leaves you off balance. Yeah, it does. It's gonna leave him off balance. It's gonna leave the rest of the people on Team OVO. They're confused. They don't know what's at stake for them. If you on that team, you're like, I don't even know what's happening. I'm serious. If you're on the Los Angeles Lakers, right? You know LeBron James is the star of the team and everything else, right? You know that. But everything else is gonna fail in comparison. That's just how people move. That's how they operate, man. So what you want to make sure that you don't be a part of and don't you get caught up in is the swings, man. The entire notion of you have to do this or you have to do that. You don't have to do anything, to be honest. You don't have to do a doggone thing. No, they don't care. Why would they care? This is a record business. They do not care about your feelings. They don't care about how you feeling today. They don't care. This is a record company, man. Record company don't care about you. The record company is like, what do I care? They're getting all the money anyway, so it don't make any sense. So we already know what time it is. No, not like us. Then Drake didn't damage Drake's career. Drake damaged Drake's career. Drake and his behavior destroyed his career. No, Drake is the star of his team, which is OVO Sound, right? And everything relates to Drake. Like LeBron is in charge of the Lakers, right? Everything's going to revolve around making LeBron happy, right? So now, if anybody on the team does not feel happy, they get removed or they're gone or they just vanish. Who else on that team you could play for? You don't want to be subservient to somebody who's still working as an artist. That's like being signed to an artist is a nightmare because once you're signed to another artist who's actively working, their priority mainly is their own self preservation, not your success, their success. That's like G Unit being signed with 50 Cent. It was good till it wasn't good. It was like good. It was great to rap with him and perform with him, But if I'm on G Unit, the label, if I'm the other artist who don't perform in the group G Unit, how am I getting promoted? How am I being moved when they're worried about their career, their active careers? So if I'm on the Lakers, how am I going to get better and develop if LeBron's worried about his stats and everything about him, knowing he's already going to be put in the Hall of Fame and everything else? He's already set. You trying to start your career off and you can't get anything going because this guy's got to steal the spotlight. So that's the comparison. That's the analysis of what's going on with OVO sound with Drake and Lakers and LeBron. So that's what the correlation is. I know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you were paying any attention. But I have to go back to finishing this basement. So I want to say thank y'all for coming over. Don't forget to go to the Patreon. And your boy Carcino is out the dope. Thanking